time, Diana.
Really? The person cooking? Really?
What happened last time, Edwin?
The person who wasn't there?
What happened last time, Ava?
Give me a second.
It
Was that
was
the fight that we had?
4 days ago.
Girly, you are talking 2 weeks ago because you were asleep 2 sessions ago, and then before that was the fight.
I mean, it was like we went through the pensieve and had that like fake fight.
That was
what
3
I was
weeks
saying.
ago.
Oh,
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
At least I remember that.
What happened last time, Vetra?
Like how we skipped to the last 5 minutes of the session.
And Diana was Flynn. And
Uh-huh. Yeah. What is the village that we went to?
Salem.
Salem Light.
No.
It's Salem Light. I'm not
Do you need me to
wrong.
If
come
you
on your
look at
rescue?
the top of your screen, you should be able to see it.
No, it's just landing with trials.
Yeah.
Toggle navigation. It didn't work. Never mind.
No, because we're not. You didn't bring us there yet. It
Ah.
is ardent, but also what she forgot.
Oh
Diana
yeah, Arden.
talked to Sandra Weasley, confirming they are stuck in a time warp.
I talked to many people.
Also that Mr. Wayward is stranded on an island, and he is pissed at Voyager. Something about Voyager's daughter.
Yes, you guys learned that Edward Wayward is stranded on an island with Raymond Voyager and Reese. You learned that Sandra and the other seventh years are stuck in this weird time loop. From what it sounds like, it's not too dissimilar from what you guys experienced on the boat. You also, Diana spoke with her mom in the crystal. Even though she didn't get a reply back, she did feel warmth. And then you also messaged, I think that was everyone. Oh, you messaged Nicola as well to see how he's doing with his training.
I messaged Nicola a lot. I also messaged Reese.
You guys,
varied. I also messaged Daddy Wayland. Daddy help.
Wayward.
Daddy Wayward.
You guys all put on Muggle disguises, civilian and upper class clothes, hair dye, and contact lenses. You all look like normal people and not like wizards and or weird characters with funky hair colors. You met a small boy on the trail alongside a dead witch as she was hanging there from the tree. Celine found out that it was not a witch, but in fact just a normal woman that was falsely accused. You guys followed the boy into town, and the boy is somewhat suspicious of the party. You guys walked to the town square, following Alexander Witherstone. He runs up and yells for his dad, and you see that this group of individuals is gathering around this woman with fiery red hair. You hear them shouting things at her. You're a witch. You're in cahoots with the other one. We just know it.
I believe in God.
I want to look at my fellow
I
students.
clutch my Bible.
What names do you want to be addressed as, and not your regular names? We already have Esther, Jacob.
I'm Celine.
I'd recommend using not your real name in case of anything.
Edith.
Catlin.
Edwin, what do you want to go by?
You're muted.
Big John.
John. Okay. Ava, how about you?
Oh, never mind, man.
Every single name I've ever thought of in my life has completely left my head. Let's go with
Evangeline.
I mean, that is my name.
Exactly.
Evangeline.
And then Connor.
Jacob Edwards.
Original.
All right, there we go. They're in folks' chat just in case you get them.
She chose for me. Well, the first name.
All right. You're a witch.
What was the
We
other
just know it, you're a
name
witch.
that wasn't Edith? Sorry.
Esther.
Esther, thank you.
Esther.
Esther Fluffbottom.
Nope. Prudence Ashford.
Do we recognize any of the townspeople?
You do not.
So, for a little context, Mr. Clint, does he speak to me?
The foot fungus?
Yeah.
You can't understand him, but you know his vibes.
What are his vibes?
I can understand him.
Nice
His
vibes?
vibes are like he craves moisture, and you give him an adequate amount of moisture, and he's cool, and you're cool.
Okay, just want to make sure. I want to make sure who I'm vibing with.
Yep. Imagine like the best friend you ever had, except he can't move, and he's like there to hype you up at every single moment of your life.
Just my hype man, my 24/7
Yes.
hype man. I like it.
No, we don't intervene.
Mayor Micah, what should we do with this one? She came into town pretty much the same time as the other witch. They can't be trusted.
We should introduce America. We should introduce the new world to something called a fair trial.
We start suggesting everyone's a witch. That way, if everyone thinks we're witch or that everyone's witches, you know, they can't kill us all.
I don't know, Obadiah.
No, I don't feel comfortable staying here with this death and misconceptions. So I think that we should figure out why we're here and work to just leave as quickly as possible and stay under the radar.
I think we can try, but let's not do it by causing more chaos.
Wait. Who are you six?
Hello.
Oh, sir. We met young Witherstone on the road, and he told us about your village. And we wanted to make sure he would get back safely.
They turn
witches
around to
about.
look at. They turn around to look at Alexander. That boy keeps running off into the woods.
Dangerous in these times.
Especially with the witches about. See, they've come in the middle of the night and they've already killed 4 of us. I'm not gonna
4 of
take and
you.
My
let
deepest
anything.
condolences for your loss in this village. That must be extremely difficult.
Yes,
I'll be sure to pray for them tonight.
thank you. You all don't look like you're from around here. Where are you from?
I'm from London.
Circus.
Name's Jacob Edwards. I'm from the Worcester area. I'm helping guide these people around.
Okay. Anyone else want to say anything?
In
Going
my
once?
perfect French accent, I'm from New France.
I'm just gonna stare at them.
We're still on good terms with the English at this point in time. Louisiana purchase hasn't happened yet.
If you don't say anything, then they can't, you know? Vetra's already fucked up once.
Edwin,
This is
give
my
me
friend.
a D100 suspicion roll.
This is my friend who's mute.
66.
66. Okay. Was there one individual who didn't say anything, or was it 2?
It was just Vetra.
Dianea didn't say where she's.
Oh, I did say something. I'm on push
Oh.
to talk. I'm sorry. I say I am also from London.
Vetra, also give me a suspicion roll. Mm-hmm.
Okay. DR. No,
Uh,
fuck. Wrong one.
London. You 2 lasses are a long
God
way
damn
from
it.
home.
Our church back home wanted us to spread the gospel to the New World.
They are 15% suspicious of.
Of me?
But the whole party. Suspicion is the whole party. Just to simplify it.
15.
Can we not use like our charisma to help influence it at start, or?
I don't know if that's a good idea right now.
You see, as they kind of look, from the church, huh? Well, 2 of you look a little bit too. You look like London church girls. Very well, and your friend there said he's from the circus. I hope he realizes that joking in these troubling times may lead to accusations.
Praise be. We met him along our journeys, and we have worked very diligently to teach him the ways of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But sometimes his upbringing gives him away.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The Lord is still in my heart. I'm trying so hard, sir.
he was indeed from the circus. He was kicked
Just-
out though because
It was a long time ago.
too normal.
As you can see by his size, I was hard to guide. He was hard to protect.
Okay. Well, Be on the lookout. There's witches about.
What do they look like?
They either got a pointy nose or a pointy hat. Could be you, me. There's even male witches. They're everywhere.
Blasphemous.
Eh, Obadiah, I don't know. Prudence has been a valued member of this community for at least 5 years. There's, we had evidence with the other one, but with her, there's not much.
If she's been a valuable member of society, what has caused you to believe that she is a witch?
Who said that? He turns around.
Oh, I thought he was still talking to us, to be honest.
It's different
No.
people.
Sorry.
I point. I point. That's Celine.
Absolutely.
Comes up. He walks up to you, next to you, Connor. You a farmhand boy?
No, I help guide people across our,
kinda look-
perilous area.
Guide?
Well, some of these women are here to share the Lord's name and His words.
Well, isn't that wonderful? Obadiah! We got some missionary girls! He sees Obadiah comes up. We heard word that some members of the church would be coming. We didn't expect you for another 2 months, though.
That's because I'm a good guide. I get them there quickly.
Yeah, our boat got a little bit mishappen, and we happened to land closer to Boston than expected.
The Lord has blessed us with many a calm sea and easy passage through these ways.
Regardless, I'm glad you're here now. Do you have holy water on you?
Do I?
Yes, I mean I have a empty vial with water, so yeah, yes.
You there, girl, what's your name?
Catlin.
Come here. Obadiah ushers you forward.
I'll follow. So she always has someone close by.
I need you to splash your holy water on this woman.
I am going to splash at this unfortunate woman's feet. A vial of a little drop of acid, so as to identify her as a witch.
The premonition was to save her.
Wait, what?
You
Wait, what?
uncork your acid and you put a little bit in it. Celine, I need you to give me a corruption roll for that.
Okay, what do I roll for that?
It's a
wisdom, I think. Corruption.
I think a wisdom saving throw, maybe.
Why?
Because
Wisdom saving throw.
do I want to say this out loud? Like, can I
No,
say
keep
this? Can I explain?
That is a pass.
But also, it's not entirely, in my opinion, not necessarily. I should have rolled a corruption saving throw, but it's okay. I passed anyways.
You put the acid vial at her feet and it steams up. Ah, see, we knew you were a witch. Tie her up. You see, as these two men here grab the rope and begin tying her up.
Wait,
And
what if we
begin
can pray the witch away?
You see, as the entire townsfolk turn to look at you.
Haven't you guys heard the word of God? It can solve. It can create many.
As the Lord has said so many times over, I can do all things through God, our Lord and Savior. She can overcome this if our prayers are strong enough to His holiness.
They all look at Celine and Dionea with just raised eyebrows. Both of you
Can
give
I
me
do
a
like some
persuasion check.
charisma? Yeah.
Hold on! Don't get sassy with me! I'm gonna start calling you Valina.
Hey, don't use my government name.
Celine, can you hit me with that persuasion check as well?
Mhm.
They kind of look at you, both you, Dine, and Celine. Pray the witch away, but she's a witch. You hear as Witherstone says, "They killed my wife."
Well, I mean, if that's the case,
But
they're
what?
a murderer.
No, they poisoned. The witches poisoned my wife and killed her.
The veteran nudges Dionea. Do something.
We could try to
Mi-
exercise her.
Micah kind of like walks forward. Well, if she's a witch and you can pray it away, who am I to judge the word of
Sir,
God?
if you would have my permission, as somebody who has studied the gospel since I could speak, I would love to take this woman into captivity, of course, and work with her on understanding the gospel. Perhaps we can exorcise the evil that has clearly inflicted her soul. There is not a person on this earth who is not worthy of salvation. I'm sure you would agree.
Well, what's your name, lass?
My name is Edith.
Edith? Alright. Well, I tell you what, you and the Catlin, I think her name was, we're gonna tie up the witch and we're gonna put her over there on the podium. And Father Obadiah is going to keep an eye on you too, while you pray away this evil.
I would appreciate that very generous hospitality and oversight into your, what I'm sure is a delightful and religious, holy community.
I'm gonna nudge Dionea again and be like, include the the villagers. Have them do it with you so that they don't think you're a witch.
No,
It's a
the
group effort.
father's overseeing. Yeah.
No, everybody. It's a group effort.
Oh,
While
I would
they're
like to also, with your permission, of course, sir, in this esteemed town, keep my friends so that they may also continue to learn about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Your entourage, you mean?
I think that it's very important that these teachings, even if unsuccessful, we can see how to exercise the evil that exists in this world. And if as many people can learn that skill as possible, it will help us all in the future.
Eh, very well. Do you need some supplies beforehand? I can have the 2 farmers keep an eye on them with Father Obadiah, and then while you guys speak with the merchants and anything else you need around town. But then I expect you to, as servants of the Lord, to cleanse this witch of her unholiness. Is that understood?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir, for understanding.
If you need me, I will be in my house.
I don't like that one.
As a side note, my Kansas is really coming out in this session. I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's
Okay.
great.
So let me. Do you see as the villagers all start to go back to their places of work or homes?
Which one was it that said that their wife got killed?
That was Witherstone.
Witherstone? Could
That's
I?
That's the dad of the child we met.
Okay.
It can't be the dad of the child. They already killed the
Wait,
one witch
yeah.
for that, right? Or are they killing multiple people for
I
one?
think they're blaming multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. They've all dropped off poisons. Okay.
Can I go kill that guy, Diana? He's kind of rude.
No, you cannot kill anyone. We must save as many people as we possibly can. Clearly, these people are unwell.
I mean, there's not a cure for insanity.
I kick her a little bit and I tell her, "You are the least sane person I know, friend. And yet I have decided to keep you around."
Touche.
We should maybe ask the townspeople what type of witch we're working with here in order to better choose the prayers to heal this woman.
Well, Catelyn, it was your holy water. What kind of witch did it indicate it was?
I kick. I kick her. You know as well as I
The
do
sass.
that God doesn't guide us that way.
Could I tail Witherstone?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just positioning everyone.
Okay.
Nobody else had any bright ideas.
Why is the game paused, John?
Perhaps her
So you
bright
guys
idea should have
don't
been
wander
not
around as
pointing
I
out a
position all the
muggle as a
characters.
witch.
That is why the game is
Witch!
paused.
They already pointed her out. Besides, now we can pray. Now we have time to
Sounding like your cousin.
Sorry, now we have time to find out what exactly has happened in this town and pray. And when the time comes, I can drop actual holy water on this lovely woman, I'm sure, and it will not steam up.
You
Those
guys
are good
all
points.
see as all of the townsfolk go their separate ways. Edwin, you go follow Witherstone. But as you turn this corner here, you see an individual as he steps out from the corner, and he kind of like reaches his hand out. Whoa there, buddy.
I go, oh, hey, how's it going?
Good. I couldn't help but overhear your guys' conversation.
I nudged Diana.
Which part?
Well, all of it. It's kind of hard to.
How
read
much is
the
all of
witch
it? When did you start? When did you start listening?
When you guys got here. Well, actually, a little bit before then, because it's hard to miss like the witch accusations. Am I right? I can tell you 6 aren't from around here.
Yeah. It's possible.
God has blessed you with incredible hearing, sir.
And looks.
Thank you. I try my best. I'm so sorry. How rude of me. Detective Alistair Strife. I assume all of you are not from around here. I can tell. Well, except maybe you. He points to you, Connor. I could tell from the way you all walked in. Well, I was watching you from the trail. And cute little flower you placed at that woman's grave, we'll say.
What does he smell like?
He smells like a cheap, fancy cologne. Like someone who is trying to be fancy, but he couldn't quite afford it. He also smells a little bit like bourbon.
Insight for intoxication?
Go for it.
I didn't know detectives were poor.
Womp womp.
Oh no.
This man, I don't know him, but I don't know, bud.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um. Anyways, I could tell you were all not from around here, and it's a poor shame and tragedy what happened to that woman in the forest.
Did you know her?
Not if she was tainted by the devil.
He kind of like does this. You can drop the act, miss. I saw you use that little spell of yours out in the woods.
Fetcher growls
I
at
don't know
him.
what you're
You
talking
heard
about.
nothing.
Is there anyone else looking at us right now?
Nope. You see, as the two farmers and Obadiah are carefully watching Prudence Ashford. He kind of looks up on the stage there. It's unfortunate what they're about to do to that woman. She's not a witch at all. I assume you six are, though.
What do you want?
How
Justice?
could you accuse us of something that we are most certainly not?
Justice for what?
I'm sorry, sir, but how are you confused? I don't understand. What exactly do you think you saw?
He kind of looks down at the rocks on the ground. What I saw was the acts of God, I suppose. You're right. I'm so sorry. You're not witches. You're servants of the church.
Celine, why don't you do your little like doohickey to pick up magic on this guy?
I mean, it's not.
Didn't you like do it on the dead girl to
It's
see if you could pick up magic on her? Is he a witch, warlock? Am I
don't-
dumb?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And in fact,
There's a cat butt.
So as Mister, you said something about justice that needs to be done. Which justice? Why? What happened?
Well, that woman out in the forest was innocent, and so is the one on the stage there.
Okay, so you mean justice for potentially wrongly convicted group.
Exactly. You see, I was in Salem a little bit ago, and they burned about 15 witches. Do you know how many of them were actually witches?
All 15?
No.
One. Yeah.
Now, I, for one, enjoy the ladies, and I don't want to see 14 innocent women get burned. And I don't want to see 2 innocent women get burned when we can save at least one of them. Because after they burn that one, who knows who's next? One of you lot? Someone in the next town over?
How do you propose to clear her name, provide her innocence?
I consider myself a detective of sorts. At least that's what I do. I don't get paid very well for it. Not recently, anyways. It's kind of hard to come across any sort of British pounds here in the British Isles, or in the colonies, or actually the New World. Where the fuck am I? God, I've had a little bit too much bourbon to drink. What can I say? Anyways,
Let's have another drink, shall we?
uh, no,
I get it now. I get it.
it's fine.
now.
Anyways, I would start with the burnt woman.
Well, shouldn't we try to stop them from burning this one first?
Well, luck would have it. It seems that the mayor has given you a grace period of a little bit to prepare. I would use this time wisely before your two friends there, she points to Diane and Celine, will have to continually pour holy water on this poor innocent girl. He does quotations with the holy water. Anyways, be mindful when dealing with these, how do you call them? Mungles? Be very careful. And of course, if you need me, you know exactly where to find me.
Where's the Witherstone's house? Yeah. Oh, okay.
The Witherstones, it's all
As
the
we
way.
see him right down the hill.
You see as he points. You look down this alleyway that's full of like market stalls.
Mhm.
The far one at the end. That's where the Witherstones live.
Wonderful. Jacob,
Anyways,
Wait, 2 seconds. Edwin. No. John. Wait.
yes,
Don't go to. Not you. Other John.
this is difficult. Fuck you, Chris.
Big John.
Okay.
Big John.
So we have a decision here. We should go back to the witch, look into that more. We should explore her house and talk to people.
I agree. I think finding a solution for this town that is not magical, that could explain the deaths that have happened, could be our best hope to
That's what I'm saying. This
saving
Witherstone
this
guy's
woman
giving
as
me
well
the
as the future.
heebie-jeebies. I'm just gonna keep a lookout on his house, make sure he's not gonna do anything funny.
I
I
don't
need
even
They
think
say
everyone.
we
he
could
may
keep.
have a mistress.
Everyone needs to give me a perception check.
God damn.
Oh, wait. Why am I rolling as? Never mind. Disregard. Well, it is an 18, but it's plus 3. It's 21, not 26.
Um,
No, let me confirm.
Vetra, Celine, and Connor. You out the corner of your eye, back behind the kind of pyre where they are currently holding the Prune's Ashford, you almost see something slithering in the trees.
Shit.
Okay, who wants to go back to the witch, the burnt witch? I think we should divide and conquer, even though it is dangerous.
I want to go find out what the noodle is and the.
That's one of the options.
Noodle?
Yeah, there's a
There's
noodle in the trees.
something
A
in the
noodle
trees
in the
behind.
Mm-hmm.
I look over at the trees.
There's a noodle.
A noodle?
What's
Just remember that if there's something, you gotta use your weapon. What kind of slither? Like it's just like Just
Do I
movement.
as an expert in magical creatures, do I recognize this movement? Do I know anything that would hold this area as its habitat? I can roll. I can roll.
So give me a magical creatures check. This will be very high.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna message you it. You're welcome to read this because it is a spoiler for the rest of the arc.
I want to know.
So if you want this knowledge, I can give it to you.
I think I already know, so I do want this knowledge.
Basilisk.
Okay, so let's divide into 2 groups of 3.
I messaged Celine what it was.
I was looking for a DM, but I realized you put it in my. Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's not what Jackie said. Okay. Who has decent? No. Names. I have to remember the names. Edith, Esther. Let's go back to the dead witch and go look at the corpse. Caitlin, Evangeline, and
Noodle.
Big John. You guys can go look at that witch's house, or talk to Witherstone. We can meet back here in like an hour.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything.
Okay, so what are the groups you guys are splitting up in? Just so I can keep track.
The Dynea, Connor, Metro.
Okay. And then the other group will be Edwin, Ava, Celine.
I think so.
Okay.
Everyone's good with
I
that.
definitely want to go back to
Oh, you want to
the
go back?
house.
Oh yeah. The 3 of us are going to go back to the witch.
Yeah, no, I want to go to the house.
Yep, that's what I thought. I know that Metro's good with corpses, so.
All right.
Before the group
So,
breaks up, I just wanted to ask a quick question to the rest. Other than Alexander, were there any other children in the crowd?
there was one.
What did they look like?
It was a very, very small child. You'd say no more than 4.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. I'm gonna go talk to Alexander.
To the house.
I don't know where the house is right now.
There's always us.
You don't give me a perception check, Dynea, as you guys walk to the south of town. So, you know, you can feel someone peering through some windows at you, from the house to your right, as well as the inn to your left. You feel like there's eyes on you at all times.
Fuck.
The corpse is to the south if you follow the trail, and at the trail you turn left on the map. As far as the house, the Witherstone house, Edwin, you see where you're at.
Mhm.
all the way at the end, all the way to the right.
Gotcha. Let's go to the witch's house first, see if we find anything there, and then do a little scouting on the Witherstone house if we don't find anything.
The witch's house, you don't know which one is the dead witch or the one that's currently about to be burned.
I don't know. I don't know the witch's house. Everyone just keeps talking about the witch's house. I have no clue.
One, I'd say the one. I mean, both. But you can start with Witherstone.
Witherstone would be a whole lot of just sitting around, kind of. I
No,
just want to see
go
if he
talk to
goes
him.
anywhere.
No, go.
Okay. Okay.
I
I'll
like
go
to
talk to him.
I want to know.
Because his wife was killed by the first witch.
Yeah, and I want
Um,
to know if there's anybody else that died.
As you pass by the market stall, Edwin, you notice that Witherstone is at one of the market stalls.
As I'm walking, stop and spin on one foot over and just go, howdy, stranger.
Yeah, I do. He kind of looks over. Hello, you're the bodyguard to these women, correct?
I sure
Um,
am.
I'm, ma'am. Is he supposed to be talking, or I don't know how this works?
Sometimes says things.
Okay. Is he a little?
Give a sad look over to Ava.
Um,
He sometimes has intelligent thoughts.
okay.
Sometimes.
And you there? You said your name was Caitlin, correct?
Catlin, yes.
Catlin, my bad. I'm. Thank you for coming here. I'm sorry about my outburst earlier. I can't trust anyone.
Understandable.
I understand. You've experienced a lot of loss.
Yes.
Do you mind if we ask you a few questions to better understand what we're working with?
Of course.
Is your wife the first that passed away?
Well, there's been a slurry of. Well, he kind of looks around. I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a absence of young women here. Seemingly overnight, there was mass deaths of children and young women. And
Were there any signs beforehand?
well, there was a few new arrivals. They came from one of the towns over. They got raided or attacked by something a few years ago. Um, there was a purple moon, and it just drove people and these creatures mad. They had long antlers, and apparently they slaughtered an entire village. Some of the refugees from there was Prudence and a couple others. Most of those they're dead now. There's some elderly, some children that gone missing. Prudence. It's just unfortunate. Isabel Hawthorne, the woman who was burned, she came with them. A wolf in sheep's clothing, it seems.
Someone earlier mentioned poison.
Yes, my wife was poisoned. She was given some sort of medicinal herb by Isabel, and because of that, um, she experienced weird hallucinations. I remember her running out in the streets screaming uh, before she collapsed and couldn't breathe anymore. And out of that house was Isabel. Isabel and Prudence were very close.
Well,
By chance, do you have the poison that caused this to happen still?
No, we
How-
burned it along with the witch.
do we know yet how long it's been since his wife died?
It was no, you don't. You can judge by the corpse that was hanging on the tree that it couldn't be more than 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks. Ooh. No digging up corpses for me.
And
Did you know why she took the herbs from the witch?
well, my wife was bedridden and ill, and she was complaining of a pain in her head. Isabel came in and gave her the poison. It was a disguise as a medicine. Next thing you know, she's out screaming in the streets and collapsing.
Got a weird one.
Did this happen around the full moon?
3 weeks ago, I wouldn't recall. I was focused on other things.
Do we know, John? Based on when Vetra may have had her last.
Vetra had her last incident 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
or last shift 2 weeks ago. Same with Nicola.
Her illness.
We don't know. We don't. The doctor in the town. She was a young lady. She had gone missing 4 weeks ago.
What was the lady's name? The young girl's name?
The doctor.
Yes.
Her name was Tiana.
Does she still have her workstation?
She operated out of a cart. She was brand new to the town. We desperately needed a doctor, but the clinic is what we were building for her is he points to over here. I don't know if you guys can see it from there. To the right and then up.
Okay. Mr. Witherstone, would you mind if we spoke to Alexander as well?
My son is, at the moment, very distraught.
Yes,
I
we
would
know.
prefer if you didn't ask any questions that would do him harm or make him upset. He is quite a young child, but he's very distraught by the missing children. He has become very lonely this last few weeks.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Meanwhile, down at the corpse, did Vetra, Connor, and Diana walk to the corpse?
Is it the
Yes.
mystery woman down there?
Yes, it is.
When we get to the corpse,
Oh, can
Wait,
you?
are we there yet?
Excuse me, God, It's me, Diana. Could you move me to the corpse, please?
I suppose.
Same. Sorry, I was feeding the cats. Caps. Oh.
I don't need to update to a version 12 yet, it seems. All right. You guys come to the corpse. You see as it's hanging there. It has a noose around its neck, a hook between the hands. The entire bottom half of it is burnt. She has a sign across her neck that says witch.
I lean in and I sniff her.
Smells like a fucking rotten corpse.
Well, I'm trying to see if I can sniff any, like... Because they mentioned a herb before. Can I pick up traces of any small bit of, like, earthy or herby things on her?
Give me a perception check.
Advantage?
Yes.
I mean, a little better.
You're sniffing around. The ground around her smells different.
The ground around her smells different?
She's hanging from the tree. Underneath the tree smells different than it normally would. You smell something there.
I start messing with the ground. Either, like, trying to move the dirt around or dig around there.
All right, give me a survival check.
My survival's not very good.
You begin digging, and you manage to hit a rock with your finger, and it hurts.
I yip, and I looked at Diana. There's something here.
As they're doing that, I'm gonna keep watch and make sure no one's coming.
That's
Give me a
Yeah,
perception
I
check,
was actually
Connor.
going to ask, like, I want to make sure that nobody is around before I do a couple. Okay, great.
You do not see any prying eyes. Although you do know that there was a farm girl that watched you all exit the village.
Okay, I'm gonna do my like sense wood and sense plants so that I can. Can you just tell me about like the plants and the wood that are around? To tell me if there's magic that was used around it, what kind of plants and wood there are, anything important, you know?
You do a sense for the forest around you. You do know that there is something at this tree blocking the roots from going in. And as far as like plant or organic matter, you know that there is something buried underneath of her, underneath the tree and the roots, that is organic in nature and shouldn't be there.
And I can't tell if it is, and I can tell it's organic, but I know it's not any type of wood or plant.
You know that there is plants. The plants are in something that is not organic.
Ah, okay.
Connor, are we still good?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring out my claws and just start, like, actually digging. Like, instead of just, like, brushing it. As long as we get the full clear, I'm just gonna, like, go full dog on this.
You go full dog. Your tail is wagging underneath your big plumed skirt.
Shut up, Will.
As you reach it's about, I don't know, 2 feet underground, a satchel.
I grab it with my teeth and bring it out, and I'm like looking like a happy dog looking at Diana. My tail is just going. Take it.
There's
Where'd
a
she
dog
go?
attack.
No, I'm sorry. My dog is having emotions. I got it. My other dog.
I am also dog with emotions right now.
I see that.
Take the satchel.
I take the satchel.
Okay.
All right, it is a small satchel about that big.
I cover up
And
the
it is
hole.
covered in dirt, but it is a tan color. You see the name scrawled on it is Isabel Hawthorne. You hold the satchel in your hand.
What's
I open the satchel.
what's in the satchel? What's in the satchel?
You open up the satchel, and inside you see 4 bundles of a weird dried herb that you've never seen before. And you see 2 pieces of parchment. One looks old and withered, and the other one looks like it was brand new, covered in a little bit of dirt too. Which one do you want to read first?
I read the note.
Which one?
Both of them.
Which one do you want to read first?
What? Just pick for me, God.
Okay. So you read the old scribbled note. It says feverfew. And it says there's a couple notes. It says used to help with pounding headaches, reduces fever. And it says underneath, warning: too much consumption can lead to hysteria.
Okay. I pass it to Connor and Vetra.
The note or the feverfew?
The note, so they can read it too. Unless I read it out loud, in which case, never. I don't know. I don't never.
Read it out loud. You can do it.
Okay. Is there that too much can lead to hysteria?
And then get 4 bundles of feverfew, adding it to your inventory.
So that
That was the old piece.
What's the new one?
And then I'd like to read the other one. Yeah.
You read the other piece. It says, "Good job, Alistair here. If you haven't wondered that already, I knew you would find this. You see, some people just have good intentions and just make mistakes. But why did the mistake happen? That is the question."
Don't trust this Alistair fellow.
I do not think I do either.
Meanwhile, back over in the market district, Ava, Celine, and Edwin.
I have one more question for what's his name? Witherstone.
Yeah.
Where did the visitors, the witches, stay during their time here?
The visitor witches? Well, there was Isabel, and she had her house. Her house was next to mine. And then Prudence has her house next to hers. They're down the road.
And can you tell me who made the tea?
Well, Isabel did. She used the some sort of. She said she used some sort of herb to help my wife,
Did she
but
get
it
the
killed her.
herb? Do you know if she got the herb from in the forest nearby, or did she already have that with her?
I assume we had a group of weird traders come in about a month or two ago. I assume that's where she got the poison.
Okay.
Damn, Vetra, you ran all the way up here.
I did, but it's because
Guys-
so I could like show it on the stream.
Wow.
Okay.
So I'm not actually there.
Thank you, Mr. Witherstone. I think we're gonna go investigate the homes of Prudence and Isabel next. Thank you for this information.
Anything
Praise
to
Jesus.
help. Praiseth.
You said they lived
They lived here on the right side.
So, this here is the Witherstone house. This here was the Isabel's house, and this here is Prudence's house, north. I will mark them with W, I, and P.
Let's go to Isabel first. Did we want to go get the others? I need to ask Connor if anyone has been by here trading recently.
Do you guys want to group back together?
I think I'd want to just on the way back talk to Charity, Miss Winslow.
Okay. Go
with
for it.
With Edith and Esther. Hello, ma'am. You're did you know both of the women accused of witchcraft?
Yeah, I sure did.
Were they any signs that they were witches before? What happened to
No,
Witherstone?
listen. That Isabel, she was always trying new things. When the doctor disappeared, she tried her best to take over, but she wasn't the smartest. She was smart, but sometimes she did things just a little too offhand. She was, you know what I mean. Like she went a little too far sometimes. But do I think she was a witch? Probably. Um, you say she she tried to offer me that same poison, and why else did all the kids go missing?
Where you
My
said that
little brother's missing.
your little brother's missing. What's his name?
My little brother's name is uh, Derek.
And what was the doctor's name? When was that? When did he
The
disappear?
doctor's name was fuck
Tiana. Tiana.
Tiana.
The doctor's name was Fuck. That's a very sad name.
Can I go to see that doctor?
Perhaps whoever named him was a witch?
We're just into
When
some
did he
spooky
disappear?
things.
Could you repeat that?
When did the doctor disappear?
About a month ago. That's when all the kids disappeared too, for the most part.
None of you think that the doctor maybe took the kids?
No, the doctor's been here. She was a little crazy, but she was the nicest woman in the world. She came from out of town. She was right out of the cart. We were gonna build her a clinic. We just got it done too. She never got to use it though.
Hmm.
She was only
Right.
here for maybe 3-4 months before she disappeared. I'd trust that one with my life though.
And you said that Miss Isabel, wanted to give you the same poison potion. Were you sick?
I was out doing the fields all day, and I got a little toasty. My head's starting doing the poundy thingy, and she suggested I crush up a bundle of this herb and put it in some tea and drink it. But
Do you still have some of that? What she gave you?
no, no, I burned it along with her.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem, anytime. Hey, listen. I appreciate what you're trying to do, and I know it's the word of God to accept all innocence and all people, but those two freaked me out. That there's something about them that's just not right.
I just got to make sure.
But it's got me worried too, because now I'm the youngest woman in the village after the rest of them disappeared. So
Well, if you
I just
feel
got to keep a steady farm hand, and I should be fine. Am I right? I'll find a husband one day.
that you will.
Thanks. Goes back to tilling the field.
Esther, you should make sure that you're washed up.
All right.
Good.
Do you three go meet back up with everybody else?
Yes.
Yes.
Esther is currently addicted to her phone.
Must be playing
Yeah,
WoW
well,
on
I
there.
was just like listening. I'm just like watching because I'm, just the camera right now.
As you guys pass by, and you see Celine, Edwin, and Ava, you see as they walk into this courtyard, they just had gotten done talking with Samuel. Spare some change. You there, you two look like you're well off. You there, black-haired woman. Spare some change.
I'm not actually here. I'm a ghost.
No, we're here. We just
Oh,
got here.
I'm a ghost.
I
Give me
am
a
sorry for
suspicion
her.
roll.
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna say that. I take it back.
Nope, no takes backsies. Give me a suspicion roll.
That's right.
God
I am
damn it.
sorry for her
I'm
attitude,
sorry, you
sir.
guys.
All right. His suspicion of you is 15%. Ah, fucking
Ooh.
weird lady. You there, boy. Spare some
Yes, sir.
change.
Out of character question, we would have changed some money to have some local currency.
Muggle money.
Probably yes.
I'll give him some.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Ooh.
You plop a Muggle currency into his mug. Yeah. Takes it out. Puts it into like a bin behind him. He's still got a couple coins in his cup. He's shaking. You there, brown-haired girl.
Me?
No,
This is brown? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought that was strawberry blonde.
Lass,
Here we are.
I'm
Hi.
talking to you. Spare some change.
Peace be unto you. Unfortunately for today, I do not have any spare change. If you pray on it, perhaps God will provide.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
What did I do wrong?
You sound like Nicola. Ugh.
You manage. You turn around and begin walking. And behind you, you hear, and you look behind you, and there's a cow pie about 5 feet behind you.
I'm gonna
Vetra gets
grab.
mad.
I'm gonna grab his arm,
No!
like at the wrist.
You grab him. He's surprisingly very muscular.
That was not nice.
Who do you think you're touching, boy?
You attack someone I am contracted to defend. And I was generous with you. That is not how kindness is repaid.
Fine. He reaches in his cup and he hands you a gold coin as he plops it into your hand. It is not the same one he gave you. It looks like a wizard galleon.
I will try to fake that I don't recognize it.
Give me a performance check. Or deception check, my bad.
Can I throw a cow pie at this guy to distract him?
He looks at you. 1 second, Vetra. Do you recognize that coin, boy?
No, but it's a nice gold coin. Where did you get this? Was that from one of the witches?
I got it while I was out at sea. Alright, Vetra, do you throw the cow pie at him?
Yeah.
Alright.
Can
He
I?
threw it at Dianea.
Can I?
Vetra would totally do this.
Hold on. No, can I just like calm Vetra down, like grab her or something? Like I see what's going on and I'm like
Vetra, give me a dexterity check to see if you can just bypass what Dianea is doing right now.
Dexterity check?
Uh-huh.
It's probably gonna be like fucking, yeah.
Dianea is able to grab you before you lob the cow pie at him.
I glare at Dianea.
You see as the beggar
to hit
kind
you
of
with poo.
stands up. Sorry for the trouble. You see as he kind of goes behind the stands.
Esther, you are a lady. A lady would not do such a thing.
Maybe I should fucking dress him in a dress. Tell him to act proper.
If you want to put Diana in danger, go for it.
He threw it first.
Eat it.
You guys find yourself in a the rest of the entourage. You guys see as this goes down. You all group back up together.
Shall we go into Isabel's house?
Yeah.
Yes. Can Vetra control herself?
Esther
I
will
take my
control
cow pie
herself.
hands and I wipe it on Celine's dress. Thank you.
It's
not
Evangeline
Celine's.
who said that.
No, not Celine's, Ava. Sorry, I got you guys mixed up.
I'll toss her just like
All better.
a piece of rag, like a piece of cloth. Clean your hands with this.
I like your facial expression.
Said act was viewed by a citizen. Suspicion has gone up to 35%.
Wait, which act? Me just wiping my hands off?
The
You
whole-
guys stand in front of Isabel's house. The act of going up to your fellow compatriot and god and wiping your hand on them.
What a
God
noble
cleanses
robot.
all sin from thine hands.
I don't think it works that way.
So the
I'm not an expert, but
the Isabel's house is the one with the
this
giant
one
white
right here,
arrow. Okay, the one
right
on the
here,
right.
I want
the eye.
for Isabel,
I don't see the eye.
the one I'm walking into.
You don't see that.
No,
There's also a P.
no, I
and
just see a
W.
giant white arrow on the left here.
Oh,
Where the fuck are you?
it's this one right here.
Am I a different layer than all of them? That which is I don't see it.
It might be. I don't know.
It's so tiny. Wait, why can't I go through the wall?
You guys.
I'll stay outside just in case.
Why does this
Um,
door keep on closing on me? There we go.
Because the door is off-centered.
You guys find a small little living room. There's a ladder, and the ladder's on the wrong side. That goes up into a loft area. Inside it, you see a small desk that is full of like herbs, as well as some scribbles and notes, some of which Dinair, where are you at? I should ask that.
I'm waiting
beforehand.
for God to move me.
Um. Okay. Where do you want to be then?
Next to Vetra.
Okay. Celine, you notice there's two sets of notes. And some are in one handwriting and some are in another.
I'm assuming that we were told about the what you found.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
hopefully one of the other two would be in. Both of them would be in there.
All right, I'd like to invite one of that party in that saw
Either
that
Chester
note
inside.
to be able to confirm whether who's if it matches the handwriting on the note that you found. Not the one from Alistair, the old one.
Dinair, would you like to go into the house?
Yes, please. I was sorry. I was typing to you. It was related to anyway. I'm sorry.
Well, we can take a look at it and see if we can fix it.
Yeah, just later. It's not urgent, but like I'm not trying
Yeah.
to be an asshole.
It's all good.
Dinair, do any of these recognize the label you
Um,
found?
you recognize as one of these sets of scribbles match Isabel's handwriting.
And you said these are all just lots of herbs and stuff. Do I recognize any of them?
You do. You recognize a bundle of knotgrass, a bundle of lavender. There is a mossy toadstool, a mugwort, a valerian root, and some wormwood. There's also 4 or 5 bundles of that new feverfew that you saw. Looking at the notes, you can see that the ones written by Isabel are kind of all over the place, kind of like experiments, where the other set of notes are detailed things like recipes and notes, mostly about medical procedures.
Does it seem like somebody had already gone through the house?
Give me an investigation check.
Motherfucker.
You can't tell.
Dang, that's a +7 too.
The experimentation notes from Isabel, do they seem like, I know we know that Isabel wasn't a witch already.
Mhm.
Yeah, no magic. But do they seem like they could be our similar to like our potion notes perhaps?
It looks similar, yes. It looks similar to as if a first year knew nothing about potions but was trying to learn from Professor Griffith.
Okay.
It scribbles experiments, ideas, trying to figure out how things work, uh, references to the pages from the other person that wrote down.
And the other
Whereas,
writing is less like, is more
like traditional medical texts,
okay.
it talks about you know, curing things such as cough, headache, what you can use.
Is there any name on the notes?
There's not, no.
Just curious, what does it mention for headache?
It says on there mix you see on there there's a thing for headache cure or like head pain cure. It says feverfew mixed with ginger powder creates a herbal blend that can easily cure a headache or in a feverish person. Also reduces said fever. And you look down, mixing, do not mix more than 3 parts feverfew and 1 parts ginger powder.
Okay. And
You
on
look,
Isabel's notes,
it says use 1 parts ginger powder, 4 parts feverfew.
well, it looks like we've found out what caused the hysteria. Isabel maybe overdosed.
You see the rest of the bottom of the page of from the actual like medical text has like there's a it says warning, do not, and then it just rips off the bottom.
Um, neat. What's upstairs?
Um, Upstairs is just a loft bed, um, as well as like a small pantry. There's some bread. There's some dried meats. There's a couple of bottles of liquor.
Can I just like rummage through the bed to see if she was hiding anything like under a pillow or something, you know?
You rummage through the bed. Give me an investigation check. You find a small rune stone.
Ooh.
It's about that big, and it's got a weird inscription on it.
Do we recognize that inscription considering that, you know, I'm currently carrying a runestone or two myself?
Give me a magical theory check. You do not. All right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, outside, what are you guys doing?
Just keeping watch, making sure
Looking pretty.
If just paying attention to any detail, like the slithering that we saw in the woods earlier. If anyone's trying to take a sneaky glance at us from the corner of a building or a window.
Give me perception checks, the both of you.
And just checking out the trees.
Give me a perception check as well, Vetra. Vetra, you see trees.
Yeah. I'm
You do
looking.
see a rabbit kind of hopping in the woods.
Oh.
Edwin and Connor, you see out the corner of your eye, you see that beggar is kind of eyeing you guys up and down.
Just look at him and be like,
You see as he writes something down on a pad of paper, and he slinks back behind this rock.
Vetra's just gone.
All right. What do you guys do now?
I'm gonna share my findings with Big John and Jacob and suggest that they move into Prudence's house and do a search and maybe look for what is left of that ripped page.
Is it this house here that I just opened?
Yes.
Connor will enter it. Jacob will enter it.
And I'm gonna stand outside for watch.
Edwin, do you want me to move you?
No, I'll keep standing watch.
Okay.
Esther, come help me.
Okay.
You look around this small little cabin. There's not much. There's a stove. There's a small pantry with some bread, dried meats, and liquor. There's a chest, and then there's a small hammock.
Looking for the page that Celine said about, and also the runestone, how the other one had. See if there's another one in here.
All right, give me an investigation check. All three of you can give it for me if you want. Ava's in there with you as well.
Connor is rolling good.
Everybody's rolling good.
Now you decide to roll nicely.
All right, Ava, you manage to, as you're walking in, your shoe clips the floorboard, pops up a little bit. And you also find a small rune stone nestled in the floorboards.
I pick up set items and show them to the group.
Is there anything else in that little trap floor?
Nope. Connor, what do you search?
For that piece of paper.
You go through the chest. You see a few items here and there. It seems that Prudence was a hunter, so she went out and hunted. She has a bow, arrows, a knife. You don't see any slips of paper. And you don't see anything of relative interest. You do see, though, is a small red vial in the bottom of the chest.
I'll grab it. Probably not the best at looking at that. Knowing the
And
group, that would be more of a Danae, but
or a Vetra.
oh yeah, that's right. You're decent at potions. I'll toss her the red vial.
What am I doing with the potion? Sorry.
Try to identify it.
Okay.
Give me a potion making check, and then we'll get to what you searched. You open it up. You sniff it. This is a stargrass salve.
What is
How
that?
did she get one of these?
I tell her it's a common healing potion.
Yeah.
I hand it to Diana. You can have it. You heal.
Right. That's not the point. Okay.
Uh, Vetra, what did you want to search inside the cabin here?
We found something under the floorboards. Did you say that you searched this chest?
Nicholas searched the chest. Ava found something in the floorboards. The only thing that's really left is like the stovetop area, the bed, or the pantry cabinet.
Hmm.
Is the fireplace out, or is it?
It's out. It's just on in the.
Is there any ash on the ground?
Yes, there is.
Can I dig through it with a stick so I don't dirty myself any more than I already am?
Sure. Um, we'll get back to that. Vetra, what did you want to search?
The pantry.
You go through the pantry. You see quite a bit of dried meats. And some bread. You find some liquor. You see that she has like one of every type of liquor. It's quite amazing.
Sorry.
Missing bourbon though. And then you go through and you find in the very bottom of it a small note that is written. You read it. The handwriting on it is not the same as the other two notes. It's different.
What does it say?
It basically says pour this solution over meats. It will preserve it for years to come.
Ooh.
Meat preserve. Well, we could use that for our meat we put in our bags. Unless it has already gone bad.
But who would give them this, or how would they have a potion that we can make?
Maybe
This
there's
makes no
somebody in the
sense.
village that isn't who, they claim to be.
Is the writing similar to the Alistair writing?
It is not, no. You have 4 different handwritings now. One is claiming to be Alistair, one is claiming to be Isabel, one that is doctor's notes, and this one that is an entirely different one talks about using a wizard potion to preserve meat.
Wait, did you say that it was missing bourbon?
Huh?
I did.
There's bourbon missing. The guy smelled like bourbon
Yes, we
from
know he's
earlier.
been going around
So
investigating
maybe
also.
he's the one leaving these notes.
But this is not his handwriting.
Do we know that?
Yes, because we have his handwriting from edition 1, the note that we found under
So then
his belt.
he's part of the people who are making, like...
He's clearly also investigating.
But why would he just steal bourbon, though?
Because he's an alcoholic.
As someone with experience on this very topic,
Ava, that
it
Sometimes
happens.
it's just that simple.
Ava, that
Yes.
runestone you have.
But what
Do
if
you
he's the
recognize
one,
it?
like, putting all these in?
What'd you say?
The runestone that you found. Do you know what it is?
Do I know what it is?
Give me a magical theory check. You look at it and you feel it. This magic feels familiar, weaker in a way, but it feels like it's something similar. Can't quite put your finger on it though. It's right there on the tip of your tongue. You look at the runestone and you just feels like a lesser version of something and you can't put your finger on it. But you don't know what it is.
Can I hand it? I'm gonna hand it around and to the group and see if anyone else can determine it.
Who do you hand it to first?
I'll hand it to maybe Salem first.
I already have one.
Oh,
I'm the one from this house. Although, maybe I'll take the opportunity at this time
To compare them.
to see if detecting traces on the object
Okay.
gives me any information as far as like the type of magic it is.
Ava, so while you're doing that, Celine, Ava, who are you giving your runestone to?
I guess Dianea.
Okay. Diana, give me a magical theory check. I'll just tell you both at the same time if Diana gets this. Diana and Celine, you both hold these stones in your hand. It feels like a weaker version of the crystals your parents are trapped in.
Nobody's trapped in these ones, though, right?
Vetra, give me a magical theory check. You go up and you touch the stone. It feels like the stone when you like hold the crystal that your dad is. It does feel like something is trapped in this. However, the magic does not feel as strong.
So there's something in this.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm gonna say that I've joined inside the house, I guess. Can I try casting it? Since it is a runestone?
Are you sure about that?
Not anymore, she's not.
So are you both telling me that in those stones there's potentially someone?
Mhm. Yep.
Like,
I'm wondering if casting it will release them.
well,
But if it's someone bad, then it could release something really bad.
do we want to
Edwin, give me a
like,
perception check.
bring two stones together? Keep them apart.
Man, that's a nice guy.
Pretty out.
You see that some of the town folks are looking at you, Edwin, but nothing to cause for concern.
A wave.
They wave back. Inside the house, you guys hold these rune stones. Celine, you feel like with your knowledge of ancient runes, you might be able to copy the spell that was placed on these.
I would like to try to do that.
I need Ava, Dynea, Connor, and Vetcher to give me dexterity saving throws.
You said copy, not cast. Copy, not cast.
Look at me in that fucking 20.
You attempt to copy the spell from the runestone. As you pull it out to try to copy it, the unstable energy, as you go to put it in a different runestone, kind of explodes all around you. Part of it zings and hits Ava, and also hits Connor. Both of you will take 6 damage.
We have a healing potion for that.
Whoops.
Maybe.
34. My bad. It seems whatever magic is placed on these runestones is severely unstable. You're missing a component of some sort.
I like it.
You didn't just kill somebody, right?
No, the runestone is still active,
Oh.
the one she has.
All
She
right,
just wasn't able to copy it.
Let's go to Prudence's house, shall we?
Nobody
I'll
heard
just
that, right?
walk up to Ava and I'll just make sure that none of the dress is damaged and she still appears proper.
Appreciate it.
You're in Prudence's house, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
The clinic.
The clinic.
There's the clinic, and then there's the Witherstone house.
Yeah, I went in the clinic.
Edwin, you cool with just chilling out there, man?
I'm just chilling.
Big John, you good?
Oh yeah, beautiful sky out today.
Edwin, give me another perception check.
You got it.
I was about to say, while I'm out here, do we see anything?
Oh, so close.
Sure is nice out here.
Just nothing of relative interest, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to give me a perception check?
Yeah,
I
Connor is paying attention whenever.
yeah, same.
Not that much actually. He's distracted.
Oh
But,
my
yeah.
god, look at all of us.
I'm distracted by the ship that's out on the dock. I've just noticed it for the first time.
Little merchant ship.
Does it have any flags?
It has a British flag that's flying. You guys notice off on the ship. You notice that there is 2 redcoats on it.
Are they familiar redcoats?
This one's gonna be a doozy. Give me an insight check.
Hey.
You wholeheartedly think that those two were from the ship raid.
Diana is just happy to be here.
I'm gonna let the rest of the group know that the British ship that is in town seems to be carrying some redcoats that raided our ship back in the spring? Question mark, John?
Back in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been about 5 months since then, give or take. 5.5, 6 months. Because you guys are currently in late November. So it would have been August to November. So. Oh no, July to November.
Okay.
Connor will just take guard on the corner of the building because he remembers that the beggar was in this area. Seeing if he's still here somewhere.
You guys are in front of the clinic. It looks basically unused from the outside. It looks like it was still under construction. Wasn't finished.
Y'all want
What does
to
that mean?
explore this one or the Witherstone house? I think the Witherstone house has a higher chance of producing good things.
I agree. However, I'm curious if we might be able to find the final piece to this set of runes.
And I'm expecting it to be in the Witherstone house.
I am not. I think that the medical manual from Isabel's was it. I think it may have belonged to Tiana.
And 4 of you go in, find it quickly.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna.
If we
Can
take our
we
time, it will be
can we
suspicious.
quickly take a look in the. What the heck is this? In the clinic, John? Can we quickly take a look?
Yep, one second.
Anyone coming in with me?
You walk into the clinic. You see a couple of beds, and in the back room, you see a couple of racks that have what looks to be like rudimentary like equipment for any sort of medical procedures or something like that.
Is there, I mean, I know she never really got to use this clinic, but is there any like desk or anything?
You don't see one, no. You do see a couple of chests.
I'll take a look.
One of the chests is completely empty other than some rags. Give me an investigation check for the other one. You open the other one and you see vials of alcohol strewed about it. Funnily enough, there's one slot where one of them is missing. But you also noticed in the bottom of this crate, you look to the side of it and you look at it, and it's got a false bottom.
I will check under that false bottom.
You take all the liquor bottles out, and you open up the false bottom. and in it there is a book as well as
Ooh.
a journal next to it.
I take him. Rifle.
You take the book and you instantly recognize it from the Hogwarts infirmary.
Ooh.
You realize that this is a book on like magical cures.
Uh,
Next to it, the notebook has scribbles, mostly question marks. Um, there is, you know, as being a witch, that there's certain terminology that Muggles wouldn't know. And it seems like she was trying to transcribe the and trying to understand some of the um, magic words that were in here in her own Muggle terms.
okay. The Hogwarts book. Is there any like inscription on the inside that tells us who it belonged to?
Um,
Typically, students inscribe their books.
yeah, you kind of go to the front of it. It looks like it came from Ivermorny. As far as the name in it, it's smudged out, but it looks marginally like the name. 1 second. You can recognize an L, an M, an A, and then the last name you can recognize an A and a B and an R, but everything else is kind of smudged.
Okay. And there's nothing else in the chest.
Nope. You do in that journal. You find that some of the pages are ripped out, and that they match up with the pages that you found in Isabel's house.
Sorry. What did out of uh context question? What does Professor Abwehr teach again?
She is defense against dark arts.
Okay.
You do know that the date on the book is like 15, 16 years ago.
Okay. I am going to fold the books into like my apron.
Okay. As you finish going through, Connor and Edwin, you guys see walking down the road is Detective Strife. Uh, Hello. Have you found anything, my friends?
I mean, clearly the same things you found.
Bourbon.
Me, well, what can I say? I am a glutton for punishment, am I right? Kind of gets a little giddy. So, he kind of looks around. Come, let's all go inside. Let's compare notes.
And
He kind of rushes inside.
follow him back in.
Perfect, perfect. He closes the door behind him. I don't know who keeps opening the door. But he keeps closing it.
$10. It's a certain clicker.
Yep, I know exactly who it is. He stands there. So, what did you all find out?
It sounds like the death of Miss Witherstone was likely an accident. When looking at the notes from Isabel from what we believe was the town doctor, she seems to have accidentally written down some measurements for a known headache curing tea that, when overdosed, would cause hysteria.
And that would explain why um Miss Witherstone was psychotic in her final moments, running out in the middle of the street. You see, he kind of pulls out his own notes. Talking with this town folk, I'm no doctor, but I learned that she had an infection in her lungs. So obviously running around that much put too much stress on them. Of course, she was already, unfortunately, a little too far gone for even the best healers in the world to do anything. That being said, he goes over and looks at the chest that he sees that you've gone through. I see you found the texts. I don't understand all the words in the book, but what I do know is that they were trying some cure to get over this. You know, there's cases of this illness taking people all the way back to the Middle Ages. Um, Hell, even where I'm from, there was many of cases.
Where are you from?
I'm from London, of course, just like the two of you said, correct?
Yes.
Hmm.
Hey,
Is
wait,
his
wait.
is his accent like an English accent?
Oh yeah, it's fucking thick and it's heavy. Yeah. So it seems that Miss Isabel did, in fact, want to help out the Miss Witherstone, but unfortunately, Isabel was not the sharpest tool in the shed, as they say, and she must have either miswrote something down or thought that more of it would help as the illness progressed and progressed on. In fact, some would say that she could be considered a hero in the aspect of if she knew a little bit more about medicine.
Yeah,
Now, he kind of walks back and forth inside this room and he opens up the door and he kind of peers out. I'm glad you right on time. He closes it back and he locks the door. You're going to thank me for that later. I want you all to stay put in here for about 10 minutes. Can you do that for me?
No.
what happened to the door behind me? It was open. Did you close it, John?
I did, yeah. Use sleight of hand. He locked it while you were. Um, Trust me, you'll want to stay in here, and you'll probably see in a moment.
Are there any windows?
No.
There's also a back exit.
It's locked.
If they're about to murder the lady out there, I thought we were gonna cleanse her.
I don't
You
think
still
that's
have. He looks at his watch. You still have about 30 minutes left. Like I said, I would stay put in here for about 10 minutes or so. Trust me, you do not want to go outside. You do not want to know what's waiting for you. Now, with your investigations, you have learned that, yes, young Miss Isabel was in fact not a witch and very innocent. But how, might I ask, are you going to prove Prudence's innocence?
To be
That is the
honest,
next
I'm not
question.
sure how Prudence is even connected yet.
I mean,
Ah,
women potentially potions, poisons,
for that, I
association.
would recommend speaking with some of the other, well, what's left anyway, some of the ladies in town. They may give you a little bit more insight. You see as he opens up the door. Now, like I said, 10 minutes.
What can as he opens the door and goes out, I want to try to peer around him.
You see as there is redcoats getting off of the boat. Give me a perception check. You notice their captain walks off. He's big and bulky. He's got blonde hair and he's angry.
Okay, everyone back away from the door. When we cover the door in case anything happens.
Can I just like, is the door locked?
The door is now opened.
I lock the door.
I need everyone to give me a perception check. For simplicity, so you guys can see what's
That's
going
just
on, I will
fucking
open up the door. You hear from outside the door. Ah, good evening, gents. If it isn't Britain's finest. Detective Strife at your service. You see, I have come to the conclusion that you guys are here to find some people. And your little beggar friend kind of signaled you. I'm going to tell you right now that these missionaries are wonderful people and they are not the witches that you're looking for. In fact, the witches you're looking for are in the town over. You see as the big captain comes up and grabs Detective Strife. Strife, I've told you time and time again not to interfere with the Crown's business. You're lucky we don't send you back on the ship and send you to fucking Scotland Yard for all you've done. Very well. You say there's in the town over. You've yet to give us misinformation. But I'm watching you. Your methods are unorthodox, and they cause problems. I'm going to leave a few of my men here to make sure that you're not screwing me over. I'm going back to my ship. If I hear even so much as a peep that those conspires with that pirate are here, I'll have your head on top of theirs. He walks back to the ship. As the soldiers all kind of fan out. Right, Talio, I'm just gonna go have a lie down in the clinic. It's an open bed, you see? He kind of squeezed back in. It's right old bitches, them.
Who is that?
Captain Cockram. He's somewhat of a pirate hunter, and he has a dislike for witches as much as the townsfolk here. Don't know why. Any witches over in England? I don't think, anyways. Regardless, you're doing great, all of you. It's good to compare notes, yours to mine. Let me know what you find out next, and
Have you found any weirdly shaped rock, stone?
no. You guys are about caught up in the investigation as I am. While you guys look left, I'll look right, you see. That way, when we come back, we can compare notes and then get the full picture. Any objections?
Sounds good for now.
Ah, it's a deal then, mate. And listen, there may be some bourbon in it for you. He opens up the door. And he kind of looks around. I would stay in here for another few minutes and wait for the guards to fan out. As he turns around, he gives you all a wink as he closes the door. And that's where we'll end session for tonight.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing like a good Sherlock Holmes.
Classic Vetra triggering more suspicion.
That's what I do, man, you know?